We think time is something we move through, something passive that carries us forward from moment to moment, a neutral background to our lives measured by clocks and calendars, obeyed without question. But physics reveals something far worse. Time is not a silent river we float upon. Time moves through us, shaping everything we are and destroying everything it touches. Every cell in your body, every memory you hold, every structure in the universe exists only because time allows it to exist, and will vanish because time demands it. From the slow decay of atoms to the collapse of stars, time is not merely a measure of change. It is the mechanism that enforces it. We do not experience time as it truly is. We experience a carefully filtered version, softened enough for the human mind to tolerate. Beneath that illusion lies a force that does not care about survival, meaning, or continuity. A force that moves in one direction only, erasing complexity as it goes. To understand why the universe ends, why nothing lasts, and why even existence itself has an expiration date, we must confront an unsettling truth. Time is not our companion. It is the process by which everything is undone. Time feels familiar. It feels harmless. We wake up, we move forward. We age slowly enough that we barely notice it happening. Seconds tick by in neat, orderly lines. And because of that rhythm, we assume time is passive, something we travel through, something that exists for our convenience. But this feeling is a biological illusion. Human perception of time evolved for survival, not truth. Our brains compress reality into manageable pieces, smoothing over the violence hidden inside the passage of moments. Physics tells a very different story. Time is not a background feature of the universe. It is an active force, woven directly into the structure of reality, shaping matter, motion, and fate with absolute authority. The moment you look beyond human experience, the illusion begins to crack. Time does not flow the same way everywhere. It stretches, compresses, slows down, and speeds up depending on gravity and motion. Two identical clocks placed in different conditions will disagree about how much time has passed, and both will be correct. This alone should be disturbing. It means time is not universal. It means there is no single now shared by the cosmos. Every location, every object, every particle exists inside its own version of time, drifting out of sync with everything else. The universe is not running on one clock. It is running on countless fractured timelines layered on top of each other. In everyday life, we treat time as a measurement, like distance or weight. But in physics, time behaves more like a force. Gravity does not just pull objects together, it warps time itself. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. Near massive objects, seconds stretch longer than they do elsewhere. Near a black hole, time slows so dramatically that from an outside perspective, it nearly stops. This means time can be manipulated, distorted, and weaponized by the universe without intention or malice. The laws of physics allow time to behave in ways that completely break human intuition. This is where cosmic horror quietly begins. If time can slow down, speed up, and fragment, then it is not a stable foundation for existence. Everything we are, our memories, our bodies, our civilizations, depends on time behaving consistently. But the universe offers no such guarantee. Time punishes motion, bends near mass, and fractures across distance. It erodes certainty. It ensures that no event, no structure, and no moment can be preserved forever. Even information which we once believed to be eternal degrades when stretched across vast cosmic timescales. The universe does not destroy things violently most of the time. It lets time dissolve them slowly, inevitably, and completely. Life depends on stability. Chemistry needs consistent reactions. Biology needs predictable sequences. Consciousness needs continuity. Time undermines all of it. On short scales, time allows complexity to emerge. On long scales, it guarantees complexity will collapse. Stars burn out. Orbits decay. Atoms destabilize. Entropy increases. This is not a flaw in the universe. It is the universe working exactly as designed. Time is the mechanism that drives everything toward disorder, and no structure is exempt from its influence. The most unsettling truth is that time does not care whether something is alive, intelligent, or meaningful. A civilization lasting 1,000,000 years is nothing to cosmic time. A species lasting 1,000,000,000 years is still temporary. Given enough time, every structure erodes, every pattern dissolves, and every trace of existence fades. Time does not rush. It does not need to. It always wins. The universe does not need predators, disasters, or catastrophes to erase life. Time alone is sufficient. This is the foundation of cosmic horror. Not fear of the unknown, but fear of the inevitable. We are not racing against time. We are made of it. And the same process that allows us to exist is also the process that guarantees we will disappear. Time feels abstract to us because our minds were never designed to perceive it directly. We sense its passage only through change, aging faces, fading memories, moving shadows. For most of human history, time was treated as a backdrop, an invisible stage upon which reality unfolded. Seconds ticked forward uniformly, the same everywhere for everyone. That comforting illusion survived until physics tore it apart. Modern physics revealed something deeply unsettling. Time is not universal, not fixed, and not passive. Time is a physical dimension woven into the structure of the universe itself. It bends, it stretches, it slows, and under certain conditions it fractures reality in ways that defy intuition. Space and time are not separate entities, they are fused into a single fabric, space-time. And that fabric responds to mass and energy like flesh responds to pressure. The more massive an object is, the more it distorts space-time around it. A planet warps time slightly. A star warps it more. A black hole twists it into something almost unrecognizable. Near such objects, time does not flow at the same rate it does for us. Clocks tick slower. Processes drag. Cause and effect stretch thin. This is not metaphor. It has been measured, confirmed, and tested repeatedly. Atomic clocks placed on satellites run faster than identical clocks on Earth because they are farther from our planet's gravity. Time itself moves differently depending on where you are. This means time is not merely something we experience, it is something that acts upon us. Gravity is not just a force pulling matter inward, it is also a force that slows time. The deeper you fall into a gravitational well, the slower your time becomes compared to the rest of the universe. Near a black hole, this effect becomes extreme. To an outside observer, an object falling toward the event horizon appears to slow, freeze, and fade, trapped in an eternal moment just before disappearance. Time itself becomes a prison with no escape. But even far from black holes, time exerts its quiet authority. It governs the rate at which atoms vibrate, the speed of chemical reactions, the lifespan of stars. It determines how long structures can exist before they unravel. Time is the reason mountains erode, why radioactive elements decay, why living cells eventually fail. Nothing resists it indefinitely. Everything submits. What makes this realization terrifying is not just that time can slow or speed up, but that it does so without intention or mercy. There is no normal flow of time written into the universe. There are only local conditions, mass, velocity, energy, that dictate how fast reality is allowed to unfold. Your sense of a steady, reliable present is a fragile accident of environment. Change the conditions, and time changes with them. Velocity introduces another layer of horror. As an object moves faster through space, it moves more slowly through time. This is not a quirk, it is a rule. At everyday speeds, the effect is negligible. At extreme velocities, it becomes dominant. An astronaut traveling near the speed of light would age more slowly than people left behind on Earth. Their biological processes would drag behind the universe's clock. They would return to a future where decades or centuries had passed without them. Time, then, is not a shared experience. It is fractured across the cosmos, splintered into countless local realities. Every star system, every galaxy, every particle follows its own version of time's flow. The universe does not march forward together. It fractures, desynchronizes, and drifts apart. This reveals a darker truth. Time is not designed to preserve coherence. It does not care if histories align, if civilizations remain connected, or if cause and effect feel fair. Time allows isolation. It enables separation. It ensures that even if intelligent life exists elsewhere, it may be forever unreachable. Not because of distance alone, but because time itself tears shared reality apart. When physicists describe time as a dimension, they are not being poetic. Dimensions define what is possible, so you can move forward and backward in space. You can turn around. But in time, there is only one direction available. That asymmetry is not a choice. It is enforced by the universe's deepest rules. Once a moment passes, it is gone forever, sealed behind a boundary no technology can cross. Time does not simply measure change. It creates irreversibility. It ensures that damage accumulates, that mistakes cannot be undone, that decay outruns repair. It transforms existence into a process of gradual loss, 1 second at a time. By understanding time as a physical force, one that bends under gravity, fractures under speed, and enforces a single direction, we begin to see it not as a neutral companion, but as an active participant in the fate of everything that exists. And once time becomes a force, a disturbing question emerges. If time acts on matter, if it shapes and constrains reality, then what is it ultimately acting toward? To answer that, we must confront the direction time always points. And that direction leads somewhere final. Once time is understood as a physical force, its true role becomes clear. Time does not preserve what exists. It dismantles it, slowly, methodically, and without exception. This process is called entropy. It is not chaos in the dramatic sense, but irreversible loss of structure. Energy spreads, order dissolves. Systems decay unless constant effort holds them together. This is not a failure of the universe. It is the universe operating exactly as intended. Every structure resists entropy only temporarily. Living cells repair themselves, but never perfectly. Errors accumulate. Aging is entropy asserting itself, one correction at a time. Stars burn fuel to delay collapse. When that fuel runs out, structure fails. Even the most stable objects are only borrowing time. What makes entropy terrifying is its fairness. It does not target weakness. It targets existence. Civilizations, technologies, memories, planets, none are exempt. Intelligence does not stop it. Meaning does not slow it. Time dismantles everything equally. This gives time a direction. The past contains more structure than the future. Damage accumulates. Moments cannot be recovered. The universe remembers nothing permanently. Every achievement, every mind, every world is a temporary pattern in a system designed to erase patterns. Complexity appears briefly, then dissolves back into simplicity. This is the truth hidden beneath our experience of time. We do not move through a neutral medium. We exist inside a process that is actively undoing us. Time does not hate life. It does not oppose meaning. It simply does not preserve them. And in the end, that is enough.